Applications of ICT in research. So research is not like olden times. In olden times we had to refer books, and we had to get data and information from libraries and all. But now and all, what happens is, because of the advancement in ICT, in information and communication technology, we can use all those areas. We can use all those devices, maybe using the internet. So anything we can use in research to make the research better, to make the research easy, to make the research understandable, and to make the research easily accessible to all. So the ICT is like an umbrella term that includes any communication device, any application, any software, even the internet, so that we can use it to make our research easily understandable and easily accessible. So generally in research, what happens, as I said earlier, in olden times people only referred books, only mainly used books. But now along with books, along with libraries, because of the use of internet and all the researchers, everything is becoming much and much better. So generally ICT helps researchers in research related area in the following areas. I'll tell you one by one. First one is to identify the research areas. So we can search in the internet, and we can find many research areas, many research problems. We can also find if the research problem that we have is it researched by anyone else. So to identify a research area, ICT helps us through various online portals. Then literature survey and critical analysis. Then wide community. We have an extensive wide community for the educational field or the research field. So we can actually interact with them, maybe to identify our research areas, maybe to ask some questions, or maybe to get some answers. So there is actually a wide community online that we can use through ICT. We can choose different methods for research. We can actually use it for referencing, to present and share our theses or our information, to link to others, to share our theses with others, to share our research with others, to ask the others about their research and all, and to select our favorite, to read e-journals, to select e-magazines, so that we can have a good read about it. So these are the general idea, the general functions of what an ICT can do to a research. So going deep into it, what all roles do ICT play in research? The first one is communication. So the communication has ICT has changed the way how people researchers communicate to one another. So in olden times they had to meet from somewhere and then discuss, or maybe write letters, or even in the olden age of ICT they had to write emails and all. But now all those have changed. They have online communities where they can chat with each other, where they can video conference or call each other, and they can actually communicate with each other about their theses, or as I said earlier, they can identify their research topics. They can ask questions, give answers, etc. Then information sharing. Quick and easy information can be shared across the globe through ICT. No further explanations needed about that. Then simulations. So virtual labs, robotic experiments. There are softwares that give you virtual labs, so the simulation part of ICT is very much helpful for people in the science area or in the mathematics area, because they literally have labs inside the internet, virtual labs and robotic experiments. Then evaluation, various tools and technologies for feedback and evaluation. Then some different applications, as I said, collecting data. So online questionnaires, online forms, like Google Docs and all. Then online surveys, online interviews through audio and video conferencing. So all this can be done only through ICT. Then accessing data, we have secondary data through online portals, online search engines, e-books, e-journals, e-magazines from government as well as from private organizations. So there is a huge library online, much bigger than we have through books or through dictionaries or through encyclopedias. We have a very huge online portal or online library available in the internet or through ICT, so we can access data very easily. Then storing of data. We can store or save the data in spreadsheets or in databases or in storage devices, and the latest technology called the cloud server, we can actually save it there. So there are n number of possibilities for storing data also. Then about processing data. Processing and analyzing data using computers for complex calculations. All mathematical and statistical operations can be done with a single click. You know, the softwares like SPSS and all. So once you input your data with a single click, you can get all the mathematical operations, all the statistical operations. It even lets you create a pie diagram or a bar chart just with a single click. You do not have to do anything. So all the complex areas, complex, even if it is a complex calculations or the complex diagrams, you get all of it through a single click, only through ICT. Then interpreting data. So interpreting and presenting the data in the form of various tables, various charts, graphs, diagrams, etc. And the communication of the findings. Whatever findings you have, you can communicate with others through publishing in online journals, online magazines. Then, as we said before, you know, uploading in Shodh Gangotri, Shodh Ganga, or the other online portals or the other online platforms. So there are n number of possibilities that have, you know, opened in the field of research only because of the advancement of ICT. So before and all, what happens is you need to invest a lot of time and energy for a research to be published or for a research to be completed. But right now what happens is, because of all this, you have a wide load of information, you have a very big huge load of information that you can use. But the problem is, you know, actually mining the data, or you filtering the data from what they have, or, you know, the problem of plagiarism, all that occurs. But still, you know, the benefits of ICT in research definitely would outweigh the disadvantages of ICT. Now, applications of ICT in research, some other tools, the tools that we use, the ICT tools that we use in research. We have search engines like Google Scholar, Microsoft Academic Search, or research papers. These are not just, you know, search engines like Google, Yahoo and Bing. No, not like that. It's actually scholarly search engines like Google Scholars, then Microsoft Academic Search, Science Scope, ResearchGate. So all these are portals or search engines, you know, specifically for the purpose of research. Then we have shared data set. You know, you can actually share your data with others through various softwares or through various websites like data bank, like Google itself. Then GitHub, you have Open Science Framework. You have a lot of examples here, you will get it through your notes. Then we can connect and communicate with experts and researchers through Academia. Academia is actually an online portal where we can speak with experts, where we can chat with experts. Then ResearchGate, another example we said earlier, that is also a social network for researchers. Then we have Academic Joy, then an online portal called a platform called Experiment. Then we have LinkedIn, which would be familiar with you. We can connect to people with same interest. So all these you can use to connect and communicate with experts and researchers. Then we have free digital libraries. We have a lot of digital libraries. One of those, an example for a library is something called InflibNet, which you would be very familiar with. So just like that, we have the National Digital Library of India, then the National Repository of Educational Resources. We have a lot of digital libraries that are available, so that, you know, any topic you choose, any area you choose, there would be a study conducted on that, or there would be, you know, reference materials for you on that, so that you can make your research better, make your research specific. Then you have simulation labs and project management like virtual labs, live labs, lab suits, etc. Then it helps you to write and publish research papers. So while writing, you can check about the citation styles. Then there is an environment called Typewrite. There is a freely accessible platform called Science Open. So what happens is, you can write and publish your journals or publish your theses in all these platforms or websites that are available. So because of ICT, as we said above, right from just getting an information from Google or from Wikipedia, or maybe taking a questionnaire and creating an online questionnaire or an online survey and getting reports from that, from the just a simple thing, to writing a research paper and publishing it, or using a virtual lab, or connecting or communicating with researchers through a social network. All these are possible only because of ICT. But the problem is the next part, the ICT in research sponsored by India. So in case of India, India has been ranked 121 among the 157 countries in terms of progress in ICT. So what happens is there are 157 countries were put to study on the basis of ICT, how far they have progressed because of ICT, but India has unfortunately ranked only 121 among the 157 countries. So we are somewhere near the bottom actually. So what happens is the telecommunication sector makes an assessment of all the countries, and India, because of some problems, or maybe because of population, maybe because of problem of accessing, so India has ranked somewhere near the bottom. But National Mission on Education through ICT, NMEICT, so that is actually a body, it is an initiative of the government of India which has been trying relentlessly to get India to somewhere near the top, so that the ICTs can be used not only in research but in all the other areas, to create virtual labs, open source softwares, access tools, conference tools, talk to teacher programs, talk to scholar programs. So they are trying their level best to introduce new portions, or introduce new schemes into the ICT programs, as I said, not only in research but also in every other education system, so that India can be put through or India can be risen through the top. So this is about the fifth module of the applications of ICT in research. We talked about how we can use ICT, how all ICT can be used to make your research better. We talked about accessing data, collecting data through online surveys, publishing your data in different online magazines, or Shodhganga or Shodhgangotri and all. You can have a look at your notes that we have given you.